Hi, so today I'm going to be going over practice test 2 from the College Board's official study guide, practice test 2 math calculator number 36. Now, before you do this problem, it might be worth you going back to the video that I made on circle relationships, Coach Fred's SAT prep circle relationships, because it definitely will help you get exposed to what you need for this problem. All right, so it says in the figure above, point O is the center of the circle. Lines LM and MN are tangent to the circle at points L and N respectively, and the segments intersect at point M. So they're basically saying that these lines go to the circle, they're tangent to the circle, and they're coming from the same point. And it looks like they're telling me that this angle then is 60 degrees. All right, and it says if the circumference of the circle is 96, what is the length of minor arc LN? So they're asking for the length of this piece right here. And we've got to remember that the length of the arc is a proportional relationship to the length of the whole circle, or the circumference of the whole circle. All right, so if that's a proportional relationship and 96 is the circumference of the circle, I'm going to call that length, I'm going to call it x. So I'm looking for x. It's a proportion, it's a ratio of the whole circumference. All right, so this is a part to whole relationship, and it has something to do with this angle right here. This angle is called the central angle. That central angle is a ratio of the entire angle of a circle. So if we can find that angle, we can see what relationship it has to the whole circle. Well, how do I find that angle called the central angle? Well, these two lines are said to be tangent to the circle, and OL and ON are radiuses. The radius to tangent theorem basically says that they meet at a right angle. So number one, that's really helpful because now I have this quadrilateral OLMN, and we know that the four angles of quadrilateral add to 360. So I can do 90 plus 90 plus 60. So that's 180 plus 60, which is 240. And I can subtract that from 360 and get 120. All right, so the central angle is 120. All right, so what ratio is that of the whole circle? Well, that's 120 of 360, which is a third. Okay, so that's the proportional relationship to the arc length. 1/3, so part to whole, is equal to part to whole, the arc length over the whole circumference. All right, a couple ways you could handle this. You could clear fractions. You could ask yourself 3 times what gives you 96. Or I know some of you are looking at it and you're just saying, okay, I can cross multiply. Not my favorite word in the world, but you can. So you can do 96 equals 3x, and then you can divide by 3, which is going to give me x to be 32. Okay, so the arc length is 32. And so we just want to make sure that that arc length is a third of the entire circle. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. But again, I think it might be well worth your while to go back and watch the SAT prep circle review to help. Have a great night.